Thank you for your interest in the College of Engineering Accelerated Master's Programs. This video will walk you through the application process. This video includes a quick overview of my role as an enrollment coach. Next, we'll go over how to start an application with a live demo. Then, we'll navigate through the application portal together. I'll talk about transcripts and test scores. Then, I'll go over the statement of purpose. Finally, I'll talk about the letters of recommendation and what happens after you submit your application. So let's begin. I'm an enrollment coach for the engineering graduate programs here at UW. And in this role, I help prospective students learn more about the programs, help find the right program for them, and guide them through the application process. My contact information is listed on this slide if you have any additional questions after watching this video. Now let's go over how to start an application. I'll demonstrate. First, you are going to want to find the right program for you. The UW-Madison Guide is the home to academic information at UW-Madison. You can find information about admission requirements, curriculum, and more by using the guide. Here, you will see the guide webpage for our Mechanical Engineering Modeling and Simulation in Mechanical Engineering MS degree program. You'll notice that the Admissions tab is circled in yellow on the right-hand side of the page. By clicking on Admissions on your Program of Interest guide page, you will find information about admission and application requirements, as well as the link to the application. By clicking on the Apply Online link circled in yellow, you will be redirected to the UW-Madison Graduate School's application information. You can review the minimum requirements for admission to UW-Madison on this page, as well as continue to explore degree options and advice as you consider graduate study. When you are ready to begin the application, you will click on Apply, circled in yellow. Before we move on to our next slide, I want to mention that you are able to apply to 3 graduate programs at UW with 1 application fee. You will then be sent to the application portal. You will either sign in if you have applied in the past, or create an account if this is your first application. If you are a UW-Madison student, you will click on Log in with NetID and use your UW-Madison information to sign in. A box will pop up and you'll click on Create Application, which is circled in yellow on the screen. From there, it will take you to the graduate school's welcome page. Make sure to read the sections on this page: graduate guide, application fee, applying to multiple programs, or if you have questions or issues. Click on Continue at the bottom of the page, circled in yellow. You will then select application type. Select the appropriate bubbles, if you're currently enrolled in a UW-Madison graduate program or not, and answer if you are entering a reentry program to a previously enrolled graduate program. If you can't find the right program, did you pick the right term? Some programs only admit for 1 or 2 terms each year, so it's important to do your research and make sure your start term is available for your program of interests. Applications generally open 1 year prior to your term of interest. Example, the application to apply for fall 2026 was available in September 2025. You'll then select the term selection. There may be different application deadlines depending on when you are applying. Next is the education section, where you will enter your undergraduate institution info, your major, and your transcript by clicking the Add button. Once you click Add, the Add New Institution window will come up. In this window, you will have to upload a PDF of your transcript by clicking Browse and selecting the file from your computer. If your institution is not listed, you can select Unknown Institution, and the graduate school will add your institution to the list. Upload unofficial transcripts. The graduate school will require official transcripts if the department recommends you for admission to the program. Next, in the education section, you will have to provide test scores depending on the programs. To double-check if your program requires a GRE or MCAT, please check the admission requirements on the program page. To submit a statement of purpose, you will have to go on to the Statements and CV tab and click the Browse button and select the file from your computer. Some best practices to consider as you work on your statement of purpose are included on this page as well. Why do you want the degree? Why UW-Madison's program? How do you plan to succeed in the program? Keep your SOP under a page in length. Make sure to fill in gaps on your resume or in your education history and elaborate on projects. For the letters of recommendation, first, look at guide.wisc.edu to see the requirements for the letters of recommendation. Depending on the program and if you attended UW, the letters might be waived. Other applicants in the past have asked for academic and professional recommenders. You want to use someone who can speak well to your candidacy in the program. Best practices. Ask them to be your recommender before sending them the form. Gather materials such as resume to help facilitate the conversation. A screen will pop up. Here, you will enter the contact information for your recommender. Your recommender will receive an email from admissions@grad.wisc.edu with instructions on submitting the letter of recommendation. I always recommend that you connect with your recommenders before sending the request. Once a student enters the name of their recommender, that person will receive a form to complete, which includes the option to upload a letter of recommendation. If students submit their application before the letters are received, that's perfectly fine. Letters can be submitted afterward. However, all materials, including recommendation letters, must be received by the application deadline. Encourage people to get letters of recommendation in before the deadline to ensure full consideration. After your application is submitted, it will be reviewed for minimum requirements by the graduate school. Then, the Department Admissions Committee will extend an admission decision. If admitted, the graduate school will then send further information about the onboarding process. If you have any technical issues with the application, reach out to the graduate school using the contact information listed on this slide. If you have questions about the program or application process, please feel free to contact me. Check your application to see what materials have been received. That contains the most up-to-date information. There can be a delay due to English proficiency scores or other materials to get to UW-Madison. Reach out to an enrollment coach or the grad school. Best approach is to send your materials in as early as possible. Thank you for watching this application assistance video. On the screen are QR codes that will provide you with additional information about the programs and the application process. If you have additional questions, feel free to contact an enrollment coach anytime. On Wisconsin.